For those of you who wanted to learn how to do a double buttonhole cast on to a wire ring, I'm going to give you a quick demo of that. So any kind of wire ring or plastic ring, whatever you want to use is fine. And I've already done part of this particular ring so you can see up close what the actual double buttonholes should look like when you're done. So you've got buttonholes on the outside of this ring and you've got buttonholes on the inside of the ring. So I'm going to just show you here in this one that I've already started where I ran out of thread, because clearly you probably will run out of thread depending on the size of your ring. But we're going to work this cast on or this tie on in one direction only. So I have a length of string here that I've simply folded in half. I'm going to insert, and this is how you would start it as well. I'm going to insert the loop into the ring, center of the ring, then just split the loop with my fingers and pull the other two pieces of thread through. So you're just going to basically loop this on. Now, as we cast on these buttonholes, the way you tie these two pieces together is just take a needle and stitch it down through to create, you know, a loop here that ties this piece to the piece that you're adding on. So once you get this, then you basically are going to work this with one of these threads on one side of the ring and one thread on the other side of the ring. Doesn't matter really which one is which. Actually, let's. What I want to do here is I ended up with the last buttonhole on the bottom here, so I want to start this new one on the top. So I'm going to just go like this. Oops, let me go this way. So my next stitch, my next loop should be on the top of the ring. So all I'm going to do, I've got one on this side, one on this side. I'm going to just bring the thread down so that it forms an area here that you can poke the thread through and then bring this loop around to the top. Okay, and if you pull it, you see it creates a little buttonhole on the top. On this particular one that's on this side of the ring, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to pull the thread down, pull the thread down and bring it up through the loop. Okay, now the difference here is this is your inside buttonhole, so you want to bring the thread back down so that your loop is on the inside. This thread is going to work your loops on the outside of the ring. This thread is going to work the loops on the inside of the ring. What you must be careful is that as you go around, these buttonholes are going to want to come together somewhere in the top, the middle of your ring. So you keep them separate like so. Make sure you don't pull this up, because see what happens to the loop. You want to pull it down and keep these two separated. You're only going to work in one direction, either clockwise or counter, whichever works for you. I go clockwise. So again, this one comes down. Let me get these out of the way so you can see. This one comes down, creates an area here where this particular thread will go through it. Slide it around, bring your loop to the top. All right. On your bottom thread, it's working this way. Come around, bring your thread up, and again, slide it around and bring the thread back down so that these loops stay on the other side. And you just alternate back and forth, making sure that one loop stays on the top and one loop stays on the bottom. Okay, see how it starts to shape? I'm doing this with a fatter thread so that you can see how it builds. All right, see how it makes a nice, neat loop on each side. Now, once you have finished, then simply thread your needle onto this and poke it down through this first hole, and then you would end up, with one more loop right here. And then just bury your ends any way that you want to bury them. Okay? That's the beginning also of a Tenerife circle. So on another time, maybe I'll show you how to do the Tenerifes. Enjoy!